Turkiye's booming defense industry. Quick look. With advances made via land, sea, and air, Turkiye forges an independent path. Turkiye has always placed a premium on its defense, initially by and then developing its own weapons. The owner of NATO's second-largest standing army has also emerged as a notable weapons exporter, with some iconic products on the international market. Turkiye's exports increased year on year to reach $7.1 billion in 2024, from $1.9 billion a decade prior, with customers across Europe and the Middle East. What's behind this growth? What are Turkiye's capabilities? And why is it important? Here's what we know. When did Turkiye move to domestic production? Turkiye has sought military self-sufficiency for a while, a gradual process that saw it establish the Defense Industry Development and Support Administration Office in 1985. For years, SAGEB focused on international collaboration in research and development. But as Turkiye came up against restrictions on what weapons it could purchase and how it could use them, that switched to local production. In the 2010s, it switched focus to domestic design, resulting in a huge increase in domestic defense production. Advertisement today, thousands of Turkish defense manufacturers span land, air, and naval capabilities, which is being increasingly recognized internationally. Have you heard about Turkish drones? Perhaps the most famous Turkish unmanned aerial vehicle is the iconic Bayraktar TB2. First deployed in 2014, one of the most widely purchased Turkish defense products. There are several others, however, including the medium-altitude long-endurance Ankayes, which has a payload of 200 kilograms, and the Vestel Karel tactical UAV with a 70 kilograms payload. The country is also working on its Steel Dome, described as a system that, augmented by AI, can identify and intercept any airborne threat. Additionally, work is ongoing on the first domestic fifth-generation fighter, the Turkish Kayan, which aims to replace aging American F-16s in the Turkish Air Force. What else is in Turkiye's catalog? On the ground, Turkiye's armored vehicle production is spearheaded by the Altay main battle tank, designed to rival Western models such as the German Leopard or the U.S. Abrams. The Army also has a mine-resistant vehicle, the Kirpi, widely used in counterinsurgency operations, as well as modern infantry fighting vehicles like the FNSS Defense Systems Kaplan and the PARS. There's also naval production with Miljum, which was set up in 2004 to produce the next generation of Turkish naval-class ships. Advertisement Miljum has produced state-of-the-art Ada-class corvettes and Istanbul-class frigates, with plans for more advanced warships and submarines. Most remarkable is the amphibious drone-carrying assault ship, the TCG Anadolu, the largest ship in the Turkish Navy, which was deployed in 2023. Finally, there's a long list of smart munitions, air defense systems, and missiles, such as the Boris short-range ballistic missile and the long-range Atmika missiles. Why the interest in arms manufacturing? Turkiye's push to develop military hardware can be said to be as much a result of outside forces as internal drivers. In the mid-1970s, the United States put an arms embargo on Turkiye over its military intervention in Cyprus. In the early 1990s, Germany instituted an export ban on arms to Turkiye, saying armored cars that sold to Turkiye had been used domestically when the contract had specified they could only be used against an attack by a non-NATO state. Then in 2020, the U.S. sanctioned Turkiye over its purchase of the Russian S-400 air defense system, by which time Turkiye was already established as an arms manufacturer. Today, there are about 3,000 weapons companies in Turkiye. So how much is Turkiye exporting? 1.7% according to the Stockholm International Peace Research Institute. Exports have increased, so they now comprise global arms exports, putting the country in 11th place for the period from 2020 to 2024 in the ranking of the world's defense exporters.
Subscribe. Defense matters.